These ISIS thugs are the same as the Nazis, who slaughtered millions of people before and during World War II. There's no difference in the mentality, none at all. And once again, the world is standing by doing little while the ISIS menace grows, spreading all over the Middle East and North Africa. President Obama is not taking the lead. His stated 60-nation coalition is invisible, and the other nations of the world are even worse. How long are these atrocities going to continue before the world unites against these savages?
So O'Reilly last night calling ISIS modern-day Nazis. This a day after we're told that ISIS has abducted as many as 90 Christians in northeastern Syria, including women and children. It's taking control of new territory in places like Iraq and Syria. And critics say, well, the White House is repeating history by not doing enough to stop them. Is that the case? Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters, Fox News strategic analyst. And Colonel, good morning to you. O'Reilly's talking Nazis, others are making that comparison. You could probably go back to the mid-90s and talk about the Balkans and how that genocide began. You could talk about Rwanda in the mid-90s and how that genocide began as well. Is this the target for ISIS, or is it land they want?
No, well, they certainly would like land. They'd like the globe. They'd like the caliphate. But the immediate target are Christians, Jews, Yazidis, other minorities, but especially Christians. Because Christian civilization in that region predates Islam. I mean, it's been there for 2,000 years. Bill, the first 1,000 years of Christianity was about the greater Middle East and North Africa. Those are the cities where the thinkers were, the saints, the theologians. There were far more Christians in the Middle East back then than there were in Europe, much of which was still pagan in the far north. But what we are seeing now is an Islamist attempt to exterminate the last vestiges of Christian civilization in the Middle East. And you know, after the Holocaust of World War II, the world said never again. But Bill O'Reilly's right. It's happening again. And it is a genuine Holocaust against Christians. And Bill, these Christians are kidnapped. Our president does nothing. Christians are tortured and even crucified publicly. Our president does nothing. Christian women are kidnapped and raped again. Our president does nothing. Christians are driven from their homes in the Middle East by the hundreds of thousands, slaughtered by the tens of thousands, and our president does nothing. He is the reincarnation of Pontius Pilate washing his hands of it.
State
Department, but this blood's not coming off.
State Department says this, quote, "We demand the immediate unconditional release of the civilians taken captive yesterday and of all those held by ISIL." O'Reilly talked about this invisible coalition. The Emir of Qatar was at the White House yesterday. Is it invisible, or are the things being done that we just cannot report?
No, it's a lie. This coalition is a total lie. There are a handful of countries doing something. Most of it's just, you know, the State Department's chalking up names. And for the State Department to demand that the prisoners should be released, if you really think Islamic State pays much attention to Jen Psaki? I mean, you've got to act. You cannot, cry crocodile tears and pretend that somehow magically this is going to go away. You must act. I mean, this is an extermination unfolding before our eyes. It is larger in scale, if more slow motion, than Rwanda. It's vastly larger in scale than Srebrenica and what was happening in the Balkans. It is the extermination of a 2,000-year-old civilization, and the world does nothing. And our president, what does he do? Persecutes Israel because he desperately wants a phony deal with Iran on nuclear weapons. It's going to be his legacy. His legacy is going to be an Iranian bomb.
More on that next Tuesday when Bibi Netanyahu addresses Congress. An Egyptian border official says 20,000 Egyptians have fled Libya since the beheading of those Egyptian Christians of 2 weeks ago, 2,000 to 3,000 per day. Ralph, thank you. Colonel Peters is with us in Washington. To be continued.